Okay, so right now what we're going to do is show you how to go out and find and format some existing data sets for your students to analyze. So you could just go to one of these links here and find something that likely to pique your students' interest. So if I click on like Knowledge Domo, I could go there to these fun data sets. And then I'll skip past Jeopardy questions, not likely to pique my students' interest. Wine reviews, probably not appropriate. But then, oh, look, 120 years of Olympic history. That's going to be a huge data set, but why not? Let's give it a try. And I'm looking for the CSV file. And I click on that, and sure enough, it's going to put it in my downloads. Then what I do is I go to Google Sheets. Okay. And I'm going to import that data. Remember, it's in my downloads folder. So now I'm going to go to Google Sheets and hit New Spreadsheet there. Go to File, import that, and remember it's in my Downloads folder. So that's all I need to do is hit Upload, select from my computer, and then go to my Downloads, click Downloads, and then go down and import that data set that says Olympic something or other. There you go, Olympic, right there. See, Olympic Athletes by Events CSV. And then I hit that. And that's going to take a while to import because it's such a big file. But I hit open, okay? So with that, once it imports, I've got all this data. Chances are more than I want my students to look at. So if you get a big old data set, you figure out what is it that you really want. You've got the name, the gender of the athlete's age, etc. Maybe I just want them to take a look, or maybe I think my students are just going to be interested in a particular sport. So I could highlight all my columns here. And I'm going to sort it by sport, okay? So then I could go to Data, Sort Range, and let me remember what that was. That's column M. So again, Data, Sort Range, tell it to sort by column M. Hit Sort, and that'll flip it all around so we can see just the ones by particular sport. So now I have this huge data set with like a bajillion entries about alpine skiing, and I'm thinking, well, maybe my students are really into basketball right now. So I would scroll all the way down to where basketball starts, past badminton, etc., etc. And then I could delete all the data from there on up, right? So here we go. Badminton. And then once I get to basketball, I could simply delete all the data above it. Take this column and then go all the way up and delete all that and just leave just the basketball data. Delete the cells above it and below it. And once it's ready, then I just want to title it. Give it a cool title like Olympic basketball stats, something like that. And then I would share that, create a link that I could share with my students. Make sure this is changed to anybody with the link can view, and copy that link, and that is the link that I would provide to my students. So again, you can start from a list of existing data sets, go and find one that piques your interest, make sure it's a CSV file and download that. And once you know where that's downloaded, you go to Google Sheets and then import that. Find that file, and then once you clean up that data, get it just what you want your kids to look at, then you just click share and get the link for that data. Now, the other option, of course, is to go out and try and find your own data, knowing your students' interest. So I could go and type in something like top hits on Spotify in 2020 data set and see if I get lucky. And sure enough, somebody has one of those. Okay. So I go and find that data set, and again, I'm looking for the CVS file. Well, this looks like might be it, so I'm going to click download right here. Gives me a little, oh, that's funky, a little zip file. Let me click on that. Oh, but sure enough, once it opens up, it gives me the CSV file right there. So remember, it's in my downloads. I'm looking for the Spotify top songs, and then I go through the exact same process. I go to a brand new Google Sheets, go to File, Import. No, sorry, let's make a copy. I did File, Import, and then I'm going to upload, select a file from my device. Remember, it's in my downloads, and I'm looking for the file that said Spotify. It's a CSV, I mean, not CVS, sorry about that. Import my data. So give me this sweet thing. And what it looks like it's given me are the top hits globally. So this is going to have global as well as like every single country and continent. So I'm wondering, well, that's too much for my students. Maybe I'll just keep the global stuff and then do a comparison just between global and then the United States of America. So I might go through and delete all the cells. Okay, and I did command click or control click. I'm going to delete all those so I just have like my country left compared to the global. So I'm just left with, so I guess I'd have to delete the other ones in the middle from the UK all the way up. Highlight all those, control click or command click, and then delete those. And of course, delete anything after the United States from Uruguay down to Vietnam. Control click, delete those. And now I'm left with just the United States compared to global. And now I can see the different hits, artists, albums, whether or not they're explicit, how long they are, and maybe give them some data to look at about the top Spotify hits in 2020 from the United States compared to globally, how that might compare. Give that a cool title. Top hits on Spotify 2020. And then I do share and get that link for my students, and that's how I get that data set there for them. But either way is really fine. Either you can look through and find an existing data set and then import that into Google Sheets, or you can search for online a specific topic, find the right kind of file that we were looking for, and remember the right kind of file we said was a CVS, and then import that into it. But either way, you want to end up, you want to do some cleaning up so it's just the stuff that you want to put in front of your students based on the type of data you want them to look at, as well as the type of conclusions you want them to draw from that as they analyze the data and then try and go in and draw conclusions and then start to support those conclusions with raw data.